guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm alongside Adamo to preview match number 6, the match between Genoa and AC Milan that will be played on Sunday at the Luigi Ferraris. 12:30 p.m. local time is the kickoff, and you know what that means, Adamo. That's an early one for us. 6:30 in the morning wake up. Oh, you just gotta love those ones. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So, early wake up, I don't mind, especially on a Sunday morning. Let's get to the straight facts over here as Milan will try to continue their win streak as they pulled off 2 wins, not in the best way, not in the best fashion, against Palermo and Udinese this week. And it was pretty much suffered wins, even though they shouldn't have been. But at the end of the day, we got the job done. We got 6 points out of 6. And that is what Mihajlovic even highlighted by saying that, you know, in the end, we did get the job done, so you can't complain that much, even though the performances weren't that great, especially what we saw in the second half against Udinese there just a few days ago. Now, I don't want to go back to that game because I was kind of disappointed, as you could tell from that match review, but I want to focus on the upcoming game against Genoa, a side that is really not doing too well so far in the Serie A. Quite disappointing for them and quite unexpected. You know, Genoa actually always pull up a fight. They did quite well there last season, even though in the end they didn't qualify to Europe due to some restrictions there that they had. But so far this season, absolutely shocking results. 1 win in 5 games, and that is capitalized by 4 losses. So you really can't say anything good about Genoa so far. Also, the fact that they only scored 2 goals in these 5 games is quite worrying for them as well. And the most worrying is that they're coming into this game with a team filled with injuries, really, and suspensions. And really, when you just seem like your world is falling apart there for Genoa, things can get any much worse than that, as injuries and suspensions are added to the mix. And it's a good day to be a Milan fan, I guess, but we'll only talk after the game when the result actually comes in to see if we're being positive or not. But going back to their injuries and suspensions, that's going to play a major factor for Genoa, which once again, as I said, have failed to pull any real results so far this season, and it's going to get much tougher for them, even though they're playing at home on Sunday against Milan. Adamo, what are your expectations ahead of this matchup between Genoa and AC Milan on Sunday?
Well, considering all the injuries and suspensions that you mentioned, Milan should be able to not take this as a walk in the park because they're still a very competitive side. But, you know, as you said, it's a good day to be a Milan fan, and we should be able to take advantage of all these losses that Genoa have. Not only that, obviously Bertolacci and Kuchka, 2 former Genoa players, possibly maybe reuniting with their side. Who knows? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, hopefully Milan can pull off the win. But, you know, if they don't, I think it'll be very disappointing. I expected Genoa to do a lot better this season. Of course, it's only the start, but, you know, a lot of people thought they were quiet, but they've actually done a lot of kind of silent moves in the transfer window, bringing in quite a number of players. So I do expect them to do well overall when the season does come to the end. But for now, Milan need to take advantage, as I said, for these injuries because, you know, if we don't, we're going to, you know, it's going to be very disappointing because it's a 3 points that we could have easily got and that we wouldn't have had. Yeah,
definitely we should get the 3 points at all costs in this match and continue our win streak there. Probably looking at their absentees, Perin, probably their most influential there, that he will be missing this game. Therefore, Lamanna will be their backup goalie. They're playing for them. But as I said before, Genoa have only scored 2 goals in this so far in the season, and Milan have to get their first clean sheet. Let's make a mark on this, guys. Come on, man. We gotta get the first clean sheet of this season. We failed against Udinese, a side that didn't score many goals prior to that match. We can't fail again against Genoa, a side that only picked up 2 goals. But moving on, let's take a look at the probable starting 11 for Milan, because Adamo did mention that some possible returns might be coming. And of course, speaking of Bertolacci, he might be in the starting 11. But let's take a look starting from the goalkeeper. Of course, Diego Lopez expected to start in net. Looking at the back four, no touches will be made from what we've seen against Udinese, and that will be Calabria on the right. Yes, that's right. Zapata won't be playing on the right, thank God. Zapata and Romagnoli will be starting in the middle once again, and Shio on the left. In the middle, Montolivo is expected to start once again from the middle. De Jong on the right. We kind of saw that last game against Udinese. And Bertolacci's return is expected to be coming this Sunday, so he should be starting on the left to make up the midfield. Bonaventura will be starting as a trequartista, and we said it several times in the past few days that when Bertolacci will return, Bonaventura will be playing as a trequartista. And that is exactly what will happen on Sunday, as Onda will be going on the bench for this game, as it seems. And up front, probably the biggest surprise is that Bacca won't be starting, and up front it will be Balotelli and Luis Adriano, most probably from the first minute. Also because Mihajlovic wants to give Bacca a rest. I think he's started in every match so far. So I think it's a much-deserved rest so far for Bacca. Can't complain with his figures. 3 goals so far this season. And we have to give the chance to other players. Of course, we played 3 games technically this week, including the one against Genoa. So you got to give the opportunity to other players. Adamo, what do you make of this lineup with the return of Bertolacci and Bacca not starting up front, and Bonaventura, of course, as a trequartista? What do you make of these changes?
Hopefully with Bacca, being on the bench, hopefully Milan don't suffer because of that. Luckily, we're blessed to have a player like Luis Adriano able to come in and fill in and give Bacca a rest, because it's much deserved. As you said, has played practically every match. I think he has played every single match that Milan have played. So he does deserve this rest, and I think Luis Adriano could definitely capitalize on this opportunity to make another statement for why he should start over either Bacca or Balotelli. So I think it'll be a good match with Bertolacci coming in. It should be good seeing him meet his former fans, and hopefully he can sort something out. Maybe in the future we'll see Bertolacci as an attacking midfielder with Bonaventura pulled back, or just stay the same how it is. Either way, I'd be happy because it is a solid midfield. As long as they get the job done, I'm just praying they do that. If you don't beat Genoa when they're this damaged, it's quite sad. I mean, no disrespect to Genoa because they're a great club with a lot of great players in them, but when you have this many losses, you can't really expect to get much against a side like Milan that has just been revamped. So I'm really hoping for the best. No Zapata means no heart attacks for me, so I'm pretty solid. And let's go for the win, boys.
Well, I guess no Zapata partially because he will be playing as a center back, but not on the right. See, that's where the difference comes in. Anyways, guys, speaking of that, it's not going to be an easy match altogether, even though Genoa is pretty much dismantled with those injuries and suspensions. They're still playing at the Luigi Ferraris. They want to put a good show in front of their own fans. They still want to come out there and get the win against Milan. And Milan pretty much have to get their job done themselves. I think this match is really going to depend on themselves. If they could set their priorities straight and don't stop playing after 40 or 50 minutes, actually play the full 90 minutes as they should, I don't see any reason as to why they shouldn't pick up these 3 points. Really, it's all based on them. As I said, they're playing a dismantled team, so really they should be the commanders in this game, and I'm speaking about Milan. So let's see what happens in this match. But I'm pretty confident going forward, and we definitely have to keep the pace with some teams that are currently above us. There's some other big games in the Serie A this weekend, such as Inter Fiorentina. Someone's going to drop points there, so Milan's going to have to pick up the points themselves. There's also Napoli, Juventus. I think if Milan picks up the 3 points here, it's going to be beneficial not only to them, but also when looking at Milan as a whole in the standings, as other teams will definitely drop points. And this will do good for Milan, of course. That wraps up today's match preview for Sunday's match against Genoa. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything AC Milan, as we update you with match previews, reviews, fan reactions, and much more here on the channel. there's Adamo kind of suffocating himself, I guess you want to say that. I'm sure he will do much worse if Milan loses. So come back on Sunday to see what will happen to Adamo. Hopefully nothing bad. But we'll catch you guys next time. This has been Gio and Adamo signing off from Rossoneri TV. And as always, Forza Milan!